Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Gluten-free Expo stage. Next up, we have our speaker, Vanessa. She's a kinesiologist by trade, a certified integrated health practitioner, a wife, and a mom of two on a mission to help high-performing women like herself heal themselves and reclaim their energy and thrive. Over the last decade, she's healed herself from an array of health conditions such as burnout, mold, and heavy toxicity, thyroid dysfunction, and gut imbalance. So she has now more vitality than ever and truly believes that you can feel better as you age. She's adopted a gluten-free lifestyle over a decade ago and realized that, it was creating unnecessary inflammation in her body and has never looked back since. So she's here today to share her journey with you guys. Please welcome Vanessa.
Thank you. Thank you, Cindy. Hi, everybody. Do you have the slides? I'm here today to help you give some tips to reclaim energy. So I don't know if some of you are maybe feeling tired of being tired. If that's your case, I might have a couple tips for you here. So I'm just going to quickly share in our time together a quick glimpse at my story. Then I want to introduce you to something called the rain barrel effect. And then I'll give you some tips, 5 really important tips you can start implementing today to get more energy. And then I'll talk about more of my holistic approach to healing, and then we'll do a live Q&A. So if you have questions, save them to the end, and then I'll be happy to answer. So yeah, are you tired of being tired? If you're here, you're probably already gluten-free. Maybe you've been diagnosed with celiac disease, and maybe you've done all the things, and yet nothing is changing or improving. So if that's your case, I'm here to give you a few tips. So I'm Vanessa, like Cindy said. I'm a kinesiologist. I've always been passionate about health. I've been gluten-free for 10 years. And I co-founded Project Skin MD that you may know here in South Grenville. We also have another location in Richmond. And I decided to go gluten-free 10 years ago because my thyroid was failing me. I was puffy. I was foggy. And then my functional medicine doctor at the time recommended I would do that. My husband was also having these insane migraines every week. So we decided to stay off of it and have never looked back. While I was building Project Skin, I had 2 babies. And as the entrepreneur and type A that I am, I've, of course, burnt myself out, no mat leaves, and I was just pushing through. So I decided to go back to my first love, and got myself recertified as a health coach to heal myself. And now I'm lucky enough to be helping other women to heal themselves and reclaim energy. So now, one thing I had to do was to really take a deeper dive at there's more than just food. So of course we know food can be the medicine. It can either heal us or make us sick. And so I had to look deeper than that. And so sometimes, and I want to ask you this question, maybe you're doing all the right things and you're still not feeling better. You're wondering, what the heck is going on with me? What's wrong with me? So if you're thinking that, you might enjoy this analogy here. So I want to introduce you to something called the rain barrel effect. So if you love this topic, I can't recommend this book enough called The Rain Barrel Effect from Dr. Stephen Cabral. So imagine that this rain barrel here is your body. It's you going on with your life. And the rain coming in are the toxins and everything that we're exposed to on a daily basis. So as you go on with your life, these toxins that you can't see with a naked eye are making their way in. And when I say toxins, of course, it could be man-made chemicals, but it could also be parasites, mold, heavy metal, all the things. So what happens when your rain barrel starts to fill up and overflow is you start having these random symptoms. So you start having weight gain, brain fog, you're overheating at night, you're feeling like your digestion is out of whack, and you're wondering, gosh, what's wrong with me? And so these symptoms, if you go see your physician, most likely they'll say, well, your blood work is all good. Get used to it. That's what aging looks like, right? Anybody here who's had that? Yeah. And so when these random symptoms start to show up, then we often label them with a dis-ease name. But really what's going on is your body is out of flow, out of ease. And we know from over 6,000 years from Ayurvedic medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, that disease come from two things. It's toxins building up in the body and nutritional deficiencies. So, and in fact, 95% of all disease are lifestyle-based, just so you know. So if you recognize any of these symptoms here on the screen, well, that could be a sign that you have some buildup of toxins. None of these are normal. And that's something I work with my clients just to, like, we have to stop normalizing these symptoms because they don't do anybody a favor. So if you're having mood swings, constipation, insomnia, weight gain, joint, muscle pain, none of these are normal. So what we do, we have to do 3 things to help move the needle and get you back in a flow of energy. The first thing is we have to open drainage pathways. Essentially, we have to make sure that waste is coming out. Otherwise, there's stagnancy. Stagnancy means disease. Then we have to remove this buildup of toxins that we have in the body. And we do that with particular protocol that I'll show you. And then finally, we have to fix nutritional deficiencies because unfortunately nowadays our soils are completely depleted. Therefore, we're not getting the vitamins and minerals in our food that we used to. And so I always say to get energy, the first thing you need to do is clean house. Like you're not going to get results if you keep adding like a new supplement, a new workout, a new diet. What you need to do is empty that rain barrel first and foremost. Then you can start looking at adding things. And so this is just, I'm a very visual person, so I love this slide here that shows you the drainage funnel of the body. So essentially, cells have waste. They get dumped into organs and tissues, lymphatic system, liver, bile duct, and then it gets into your colon. And so what happens, let's say, for example, if you're constipated, let's say you go to the bathroom every other day, well, then the toxins that and the waste from your entire body are getting stuck there, so it creates this bottleneck effect, and then toxins are being reabsorbed. So, of course, you're feeling tired, you're feeling worse and worse. So the first thing we need to do is make sure we open this up. And so I'm going to give you 5 tips that you can start implementing today. They're easy. They cost nothing. You've heard of them, but maybe you're not doing them the right way or in the right order. So let's do this. The first thing is to start your day with a tall glass of water, pinch of sea salt, and squeeze a lemon. Why would we do that? So when you wake up in the morning, A, you're at your most dehydrated state. B, you've been detoxifying all night, so you have this buildup of toxins that need to be flushed out. So when you start your day with a tall glass of water as opposed to a cup of coffee, you're helping to flush these toxins. The sea salt is electrolytes. It's going to help to support your adrenals. And then the lemon is going to help to kickstart your digestion. So if you're having issues with things coming out, the lemon is going to help. So start that little trick. Do it the night before. Put it on your bedside table, and then start your day. Chuck it down. No excuse. Okay? Can you do that? Easy. Next thing, still on hydration. Try to drink a lot of water, 2 to 3 liters per day, and especially in the morning. Like I said, we're dehydrated in the morning, so the more you can drink before noon, the more energy it's going to unlock in the afternoon. Now, you see here it says filtered water. So tap water, unfortunately, is highly contaminated. I'm not going to really spend time on this today. While I'm very grateful for tap water, if we're trying to get more energy, heal, and optimize our health, it's really just not cutting it. Unfortunately, it has heavy metals, chlorine, fluoride, pharmaceuticals runoff, and the list goes on. So try to go for spring water, filtered water. If you want, there's a really nice pitcher they sell here at London Drugs called Zero Filter. It's a tabletop filter, and it does filter most of the major contaminants. So lots of water, and dehydration is also the number 1 cause for low energy. So if you're low energy, just make sure you drink water. The other thing is walking. Of course, you know this. But the reason why walking is good in this context is because we want to move the lymphatic system. So your blood circulation gets pumped with your heart, but your lymphatic system is a manual system. So if you don't manually activate it, the lymph is going to stay stagnant. That's what creates cellulite, puffiness. Of course, as you saw in this, the lymph carries waste also, so we want it to move. And by walking, you're utilizing your muscle to get it moving, so your muscles become the pump. So try, like the goal is 10,000 steps a day if you can, but if you can't get there or if you're new to it, start with 20 minutes and then slowly add it up. And you'll want to do more because you'll feel good. When you create flow in the body, you feel good. Epsom salt baths, so I can't recommend this one enough, 1 to 2 times a week. In fact, if you have issues, if you're constipated, do it every night. Why? The Epsom salt is a heavy dose of magnesium that gets absorbed into your skin. The magnesium is responsible for over 300 body functions, including detoxification, calming the nervous system, digestion, and the list goes on. So when you do an Epsom salt bath, which is super inexpensive, you're getting a high dose. So try to do that 30 minutes before you go to bed. You'll sleep like a baby. Your detoxification is going to increase. And most likely in the morning, you'll go to the bathroom. Win-win. And by the way, this is great for kids too. And then the last one, again on magnesium, is adding a supplement of magnesium. It's more than 70% of North Americans are depleted in magnesium. So as I said, more than 300 body functions rely on this mineral. So if we don't have it, a lot of problems start to arise. So that's an easy one. My friends here at Within Us, they make an amazing magnesium and collagen that you can take at night. Otherwise, there's a product called Nature Calm that you can find anywhere, Whole Foods Choices. It's a powder magnesium citrate, and you can add that before you go to bed. Excellent for kids as well. It's just going to calm the nervous system, give you a deeper, more steady sleep, and it's going to help with all of this. Easy enough, right? Okay. Now, the second step, once we have flow, once we have chi, then we remove toxicity. And the sad reality is we do live in a toxic world. Whether it's the air we breathe, the food we eat, it's everywhere. Inside air is also extremely contaminated. It's believed to be 100 times more contaminated than outside. And that's because of the formaldehyde, the glues, all the things that are in the furniture, the construction materials that we purchase. So if you are interested on this topic, just side note, we just finished our home renovation and decided to do a non-toxic home renovation, which my husband wanted to kill me for. And I decided to document this process on our YouTube channel. So if you find my name under YouTube, you'll be able to see our entire non-toxic renovation series there. But yeah, personal care, cosmetics, it's believed that women on average in the morning alone put 30 different man-made chemicals on their skin just from the soap, the shampoo, the lotions, and the products they put on their skin. Our skin is our largest organ, so things go right in. And household cleaning products. And just to give you an idea, this stat here, in 2021, the World Health Organization listed more than 144,000 man-made chemicals, of which half are known to be cancer-causing. So the question is, why are they still there? But that's a conversation for another day. So now that we know that we are exposed to these toxins and we sort of have an unfair advantage because we don't see them, what do? And that's the YouTube channel I was telling you about. So we remove those toxicities and we utilize tools to help us get those toxins out and that rain barrel emptied. And so I like to rely on a liver detoxification, and I want to be very clear, like a functional medicine detoxification like this is not a juice cleanse, or it's not the same thing as a cleanse. The purpose of a protocol like this is really to take the toxins that are stuck in your body, get them out. It's supporting the liver. Your liver filters your blood every 6 minutes. So if your liver is not in tip-top shape, your blood is not going to be clean. And if we don't have a clean blood over time, we have disease. So a functional medicine detoxification allows accumulated toxins to come out with special nutrients. And then we follow a low inflammation diet, which if you're already following a gluten-free diet, you're kind of aware, but we go a step further. And that allows healing to take place. The liver is sort of like, think of it as your car air filter. It does need to be cleaned up. And some people say, oh, well, that's its job. It's doing it anyway. But it was never designed to deal with 144,000 man-made chemicals. So we're putting external pressure here. So we're utilizing tools like this to help us reset. So myself personally, I do this every quarter, every season, because I don't want to live in a bubble. I don't want to be paranoid about all these things. I want to live my life with my kids. And so I rely on this as a tool to help me tap into my energy. And so you can do 7 to 21 days depending on your symptoms. And some of the benefits that you'll have, and if you have any of these symptoms, it might be a sign that your body is toxic and needs to get this out. So reduced puffiness. Weight loss often comes in the form of the toxic water that we're holding on to. We're flushing it out. Improved sleep, brain clarity and focus, improved digestion, positive mindset and vision. It's like the fog lifts. And then it helps you because you're following this elimination diet. It helps you to figure out what is it that is a trigger for your digestive system. So you get very clear, oh, okay, when I eat this food, I don't feel right. And then you can make choices accordingly. And so the question is, could you commit to your health? This is 7 days. It takes a commitment, right? There's no magic pill. There's no overnight miracle. Otherwise, we would all know about it. This is the protocol I do with my clients. And like I say, it's 7 days. And just maybe in finishing, like this is my approach to life, to healing. And I think that's in some ways where modern medicine is failing us, because it's excellent when it comes to acute care, but when it's chronic, when you have chronic symptoms that are related to more than one thing, then often you have to look for something a bit more holistic. For me, I believe in looking at the lifestyle, which means your diet, how you're moving your body, how you're resting your nervous system, how you're optimizing your morning routine, your evening routine, all these little tweaks that can make a big difference. Obviously, detoxing the body, making sure you're getting rid of these toxins so you make more space for energy, vitality, life force to come back. And then success mindset is basically, what are your limiting beliefs? Because you won't be able to heal or move the needle if you don't get past them. For example, is anybody here thinking there's something wrong with me? I used to have that limiting belief big time. And then until I could really heal it, it was really hard to get anywhere. It could also be just trauma or emotions that are stuck in the body that create low vibration and impair the healing. So that's usually how I approach it. And if this talks to you, I have a coaching program that I just launched, and we start in 2 weeks. And it helps to just empty that rain barrel. So we detox together, we look at parasites together, we do all the thing for 12 weeks to really transform your energy and really get you back on your feet and reconnect with your own power. So no more playing small. So these are the places where you can find me. I spend most of my time on Instagram, so come and say hi, give me a follow at Grutman. Otherwise, on my website, I have a blog. You can also subscribe to my newsletter, which is on a monthly basis. I send all my favorite tips and tricks. And otherwise, I do one-on-one coaching call as well, group coaching with the Energy Upgrade. And then I have the YouTube channel as well. How am I doing on time?
You're golden. Thank you so much, Vanessa. That was very informative. Thank you for sharing your story, and we'll definitely check out that YouTube channel with that series. It sounds very interesting. So we're going to open the floor up for any questions for Vanessa. Do we have any takers? If not, Vanessa will probably stick around. If you have any questions to ask her personally, I'm sure she will be here as well.
Absolutely.
Most people are very shy here. So.
Of course. No, but it's very individualized. So come and see me if you have any questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Vanessa.